Check, 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 check. Are we live? Are we live? I think we are live. Check, check. Hey, yo, what is up, everybody? What's going on? It's your girl, Jay. It is Friday afternoon, and we are live. That's right. I am doing my show in the middle of the day. Well, it's past the middle of the day, but earlier because this is the time that I had. So I'm probably going to be talking to myself most of the day, most of the show. I don't know who can hop on, who can jump on and be a part of the chat, but whoever's here, whoever wants to chime in, I'll, of course I'll acknowledge them. We'll talk about it, but I'm no stranger to talking to myself because I'm a podcaster, and that's what I did for about 4 years. You just talk to yourself and then you put out the audio. So anyway, welcome to the show. I do see I have Moses here. Hey, Moses, thank you for being here. I do appreciate it. And then as other people come through, I'll shout you guys out too. But today's show, as always, we're going to recap the week of the WNBA. This past week is week 4. We are going to look at some fits that I chose that are some of my favorite fits of the week. We're going to talk about some news around the dub and just have some conversations. So I will get started in 1 second. Hold on 1 second for me. My allergies are rearing their ugly heads. So it might be a time. But anyway, my nose keeps itching. So let's talk about, let me get to my slideshow here. Let's talk about the results of last week, if we can. Boom, there we go. So I go from Friday to Friday, as you all know if you've been watching, because that's when the season this year started off on a Friday. So I go from Friday to Thursday. Friday starts a new week for me. So I am covering week 5. So let's go over the recap. So the first game that came on Friday, or that I watched Friday, was, and oddly enough, it was Friday the 13th. So you can see up there, Chicago played Atlanta. Chicago lost that game 70-88. This game, another winnable game. We have, turnovers are an issue for us. Holding on to leads are an issue for us. We kind of started off slow, had a decent second half. We had a lead second quarter, had a lead going into the third quarter. And then by the time the fourth quarter came along, we lost it. But the leading scorers for Chicago that game was Camilla. Camilla had 15 points, 9 rebounds, 3 assists, and 2 blocks on 58.3% shooting. She had a pretty decent game. That's all in 26 minutes. Angel had 12 points, 9 rebounds, 3 assists, 1 steal on 40% shooting that night. 40% shooting that night. Didn't mean to clear my throat in the mic like that. And then Ariel Atkins had 12 points, 1 rebound, 5 assists, 2 steals on also 40% shooting that night. But everyone else was in single digits and just weren't playing super well. We just got to figure a way to get it together. As far as Atlanta's concerned, Ryan Howard turned up. What do they call it? Ryan time? Ryan, she turned up 36 points, 8 rebounds, 4 assists, 48% shooting. She hit 9 3-pointers on us. 9 3-pointers. Then came in second is Alicia Gray. Like, if you got Ryan Howard, Alicia Gray scoring, the 2 leading scorers, you're probably going to win the game. just because of the volume that they shoot and the fact that they can shoot threes. Alicia Gray, 15 points, 7 rebounds, 5 assists, 1 block. She shot 38 from the field. She didn't hit any threes, actually, but Jordan Canada did. She had 2. But Ryan pretty much took care of most of the people's kind of flaws on 3 with her hitting 9 of them. And then you also had Bree Jones with 13 and 11. And then you had Jordan Canada with 12 and 2. So 4 out of the 5 starters all were in double digits that game. So Chicago lost another one. Then it was Dallas versus my Aces. It should not have been this close. It shouldn't have been this close. No shade to Dallas, but we know Dallas has been having their issues. And obviously the Aces have been having their issues too, but it was down to the wire. It was literally down to the wire. A couple of missed calls or calls that went the other way. Had they gone the other way, the Aces would have lost, is what I'm saying. Like it was that, it was that close. Man. So for Dallas, you had Arike with 26 points, 4 rebounds, 8 assists, 2 steals, full stat line, 52% from the field. She shot 3 threes. Paige Becker, 16 points, 2 rebounds, 5 assists, 2 steals. She was 36 from the field. And you had Dejanay, 15 points, 8 rebounds, 3 assists, 2 steals, 37 from the field. And I know y'all told me how to say this lady's name, but I forgot. Gasil Soda. I don't know. Y'all know. Y'all about not know who that is. If you watch Dallas. 13 points, 3 rebounds, 2 assists, 1 steal, 2 blocks. That's a full stat line. And she was 100% from the field. So Dallas was hitting it all on all cylinders. I mean, everybody that played scored besides JJ. They were doing well against the Aces. And then the Aces, even though Jackie Young had 28 points, 5 rebounds, 3 assists, 2 steals, 1 block, 43 from the field, 3 3-pointers. Jewel Lloyd hit 5 3-pointers, 21 points, 3 rebounds, 2 assists, 1 steal. Chelsea Gray had 13 points, 4 rebounds, 5 assists, 3 steals. She shot 37% from the field. And that was, I mean, everybody else scored that played, but it just wasn't dominant enough for me. And I know we've kind of talked about the Aces and kind of where they are. And it's kind of disappointing that they're under 500 right now. They don't have Asia. And so, you know, that's a big part. But when they had Asia's doing everything she can. And they still weren't winning because they needed the production. And the people now are producing, but you still need that little bit of edge of having Asia there. Everything needs to come together. So if Asia comes back, when she comes back, they cannot like go back to, you know, I'm not scoring. I'm not going to do anything. I mean, you got Kia Stokes, I believe, that has scored in almost all the games that they played without Asia. We're going to need that when she comes back. Like there's no more 0 points a game. Like some people have to participate. So even though they won that game, it wasn't a convincing win. Not for me as a fan of the Aces, you know. Then we move on to Saturday. Saturday we had how many games? 3 games. So we had Minnesota against the LA Sparks. Minnesota just ran through LA 101-78. Some of the leading scorers there for LA, you had Kelsey Plum had 20 points, 3 rebounds, 4 assists. She shot 3 threes. She was 31% from the field. Rakia Jackson, 18 points, 5 rebounds, 2 assists, 1 steal, 50% from the field. She also shot 3 threes. Emma Cannon, 14 points, 2 rebounds. She was 71% from the field. She shot 2 threes. De'Erica Hamby was the last person in double digits at 10. She did get a double-double, 10 points, 12 rebounds, 2 assists, 1 steal, 1 block. She was 44 from the field, and then everyone else was in single digits. When you look at Minnesota, Fee, 32 points, 8 rebounds, 6 assists, 2 steals, 2 blocks. She was 81% from the field, 81. She shot 3 threes as well. She only went to the line 3 times. So only 3 points off of free throws. Everything else was in the field and 81%. This lady, look, y'all can have the MVP conversations. I'm just saying, Nafisa Collier is one of the most, if not the most efficient player in that position in the game. Like, she doesn't take too many bad shots. She doesn't miss too many shots. She knows where her spot is. She's going to get to it. She's going to score. Usually it's that fade. You can't guard it. Just, I mean, she's so smooth. There's not a lot you could do with that. So yeah, 32 points, 8 rebounds, 6 assists, 2 steals, 2 blocks. Like, she's doing everything on the floor. Courtney Williams had 17 points, 3 rebounds, 2 assists. She was 60% from the field, three threes made as well. Then you had Natisha Heidemann, had 14 points, 5 assists, 1 steal. She was 54% from the field. She got 2 threes in there. And then I'm not sure who this player is. Kalundikova? 11 points, 5 rebounds, 1 assist, 2 steals, 3 blocks. 83.3% from the field. Whoever she is, she's tough. She scored 11 points in 13 minutes. So she's somebody. Peely also played. She only had 8 points. I don't want to say only, but she had 8 points too. I'm just really covering people that had the double digits as some of the top players of the game, and she shot 80%. Peely's been getting more minutes, and I love to see it. She deserves to see the floor more. We saw what happened last season. She never saw the floor, so I'm happy to see her out playing. Then you had Indiana versus New York, and this is the game where Indiana handed New York their very first loss of the season. New York had 4 players in double digits. You had Sabrina Ionescu, had 34 points, 2 rebounds, 4 assists, 1 steal, 55% from the field. She hit 4 threes. Stewie had 24 points, 5 rebounds, 2 assists, 3 steals. She was 46% from the field. You had Niara Sabali, 10 points, 9 rebounds, almost a double-double, 1 assist, 4 steals, 2 blocks. She was 41% from the field. And then you had Maureen Johannes at 10 points, 2 rebounds, 1 steal. She usually hits a lot of threes. She hit 2 threes that night. She was 50% from the field. Then you go to Indiana. This was, I want to say this was Caitlin's first game back after being out for injury. She had 32 points, 8 rebounds, 9 assists, 1 steal, 2 blocks. She was 55% from the field. She hit 7 3-pointers during that game. Kelsey Mitchell, 22 points, 2 rebounds, 1 assist, 1 steal, 42% from the field. She hit 3 3-pointers. Lexi Hull, 14, big Lex. Lexi Hull, 14 points, 4 rebounds, 2 assists, 1 steal, 2 blocks. She was 50% from the field, 75%. She hit 3 threes as well from the 3-point line, obviously. Aaliyah Boston, 10 points, 11 rebounds, got herself a double-double, 6 assists, 2 blocks. She was 40% from the field. And Sid Colson got her some, 10 points, 1 rebound, 6 assists, 1 steal. She was 75% from the field, and she hit 2 threes. So when you're playing New York, a team that has hit 19 3-pointers in 2 games this season, beating a league record, you definitely have to be either on your defense or you have to outshoot them. That's just plain and simple. And Indiana did that. Indiana beat them 102-88 and made them get their first loss. So That, you know, that's impressive. That's impressive. Not even gonna lie. I thought New York would be sitting on top for a long time without being without having lost a game, but through the course of last week, Minnesota and New York lost a game. But now I think Minnesota's sitting on top. We're going to check the standings after I go through the games. But um, New York is still dominant, but I just thought they would last a lot longer being undefeated. Then we have Seattle Storm versus the Valks. The Valks are playing the game, y'all. We're going to get to it. I don't know if y'all saw the game last night. I didn't watch, obviously, but the Valks are making a statement this season. I don't know if the teams are just bad, not as good. I don't want to say bad, not as good, or the Valks are just that good. But they are not a bottom feeding team. They are not in the bottom. They are nowhere near the bottom. Um, they are coming in beating teams that you would think they are not going to beat. They come in ready. They come in. They have shooters. They have cutters. They have defense. They have all that. They have pace. Everything that you can think of that a successful team needs, they have it. And when you look at the roster, when you looked at who they chose when they did their expansion draft, when you look at who they drafted in the regular draft and then they ended up cutting them, when you look at who they kept, and when you look at, like, you would think this team is not going to do anything. This team is full of bench players. This people say this team is full of people that the other teams didn't want. And maybe that's why they're playing with like this fire under them, because they are playing well. They are playing well for a just brand new constructed team, an expansion team. They are playing really well. They have a huge crowd behind them. I think their arena, what is it, Ball Holla or something like that, Bell Holla, has set records for attendance. They are leading in attendance this season. So it is a lot behind them, and they're playing for this crowd. But let me get on with what happened. So I just wanted to put that out there. Valks are like really like surprising me. I had you told me they would be in the middle of the pack starting this season, I wouldn't have believed you back then. So shout out to Natalie, who is a former ACE assistant coach. So in all these games they played last week were all Commissioner Cup games. So Valks did beat Seattle. Seattle was on a little run of their own, but Seattle had Skylar had 21 points, 3 assists, 2 steals, 1 block, 48% from the field. She shot 3 threes. Alicia Clark came in second in scoring at 11 points, 3 rebounds, 1 assist, 1 steal, 66 from the field, 3 threes. Ezzy had 10 points, 6 rebounds, 2 assists, 2 steals, 2 blocks. She was 62 from the field. And Gabby had 9 points, 3 rebounds, 4 assists, 4 steals. By the way, Gabby Williams, if I'm not mistaken, the last game they played, I think she had 9 steals or something crazy like that. Almost broke the record for the most steals in a single game. But yeah, Gabby had that stat line. And then when you go to Golden State, Kayla Thornton. Now, I know about Kayla Thornton from watching her play in New York and watching her come off the bench and just hit us with threes whenever they played the Aces. Another person that was like a thorn in my side because, you had Sabrina, who can clearly volume score. But if she wasn't scoring, to have Kayla Thornton come off the bench and still hit those threes, I knew about her. So here she is coming in, leading her team, 22 points, 12 rebounds, 1 assist. She was 50% from the field, hit 3 threes. Timmy, 16 points, 7 rebounds, 2 assists. She was 57% from the field. You have Late, who had 14 points, 3 assists, 1 steal. She was 60% from the field. And then everyone else was in single digits. But um, helping in every way possible. Like that's the thing. Like even if they all don't score double digits, it's really a team effort when you look at the Valks. So can't sleep on the Valks. They did they did their thing. And then on Sunday, we had three more games on Sunday. Um, this was a I was gonna say a back to back, but it wasn't a back to back. Chicago played Connecticut. Finally, we get another win. Oh, wait, did I do Saturday already? Yeah, sorry. Let me move it. There we go. uh we finally get our another win. I think it was our third win against Connecticut. Surprise and no surprise, Connecticut is most of these teams actually that play, um, they you don't know what you're going to get until they play. Like you don't really know is Dallas going to lose this one, even though they lose a lot, even though Connecticut loses a lot, even though Chicago loses a lot. Like these teams lose a lot, but you never quite know with these other teams. Can they? They may win. I mean, Connecticut has beaten Indiana. Um, Dallas finally starting to get some wins under their belt. Like you just never know. And these games have been close. Like Dallas hasn't necessarily been blown out. They just have been outplayed. So you just never know. So Chicago, Connecticut, not going to say it was something that was easy, but I mean, it was expected for them to like pull out a win. You got to pull out a win. We were on a 2-game losing streak and maybe I think 3-game actually. So for Connecticut, we had Mabry, who was shooting the lights out, 22 points, 5 rebounds, 3 assists, 41% from the field. She hit 5 threes on us. Tina Charles, 19 points, 6 rebounds, 1 assist, 1 steal, 40% from the field. She hit us with 1 3. JC Sheldon, 12 points, 4 rebounds, 3 assists, 3 steals, 80% from the field. She also hit two threes. And everyone else was in single digits. And then you had Chicago. Van Lith was our leading scorer. 16 points, 5 rebounds, 1 assist. She was 75% from the field, had herself a game. Angel came in second, 11 points, 13 rebounds, 11 assists. That's right, triple double that night. 3 steals, 2 blocks. She was not great from the field. She got a lot of her points from free throws. Thank goodness for free throws, but she also facilitated a lot. So shout out to Angel for getting her first triple double of her career. We'll talk about that a little bit later. Kia Nurse had 11 points, 2 rebounds. Camilla had 10 points, 7 rebounds. Ariel Atkins had 10 points, 5 rebounds. And then we had E. Will that had 8. So pretty much a team effort. We had what 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 people in double digits, which is what we needed. All but 5 of those were starters. I mean, all but one of those were starters. Rebecca Allen did not get any points that game. She did start, but Kia Nurse came through for us in the way that we needed, and we did get the win. Then you go to Atlanta versus Washington. Atlanta beat Washington 89-56. Alicia Gray had herself a game, 32 points, 5 rebounds. Pow Pow came in second, 16 points, 1 rebound, 5 assists. My girl was doing it. 75% from the field, 66 from 3. She hit 4 3-pointers. Alicia Gray hit 6 3-pointers and also 71 from the field. Ryan Howard, 14 points, 1 rebound, 2 assists, 1 steal. Naz Hillman, 10 points, 11 rebounds. Just overpowering what Washington could do. They only had one person in double digits on Washington, and that was Sony Citron. She had 10 points, 3 rebounds. And everyone else, 9, 9, 8, 6, 5. Just not enough to overpower what Atlanta was doing. Then we had Phoenix took on my Aces, and again, not the outcome we wanted. We lost 76-7. Satu, 22 points, 9 rebounds, 3 assists. Sammy Whitcomb, that's who I want on my team. Sammy just comes in and shoots. 18 points, 2 rebounds. She hit 4 3-pointers. Satu hit 3 3-pointers. Alyssa Thomas, 14 points, 4 rebounds, 13 assists. You talking about point forward? Alyssa Thomas she's been doing this though. This is not new, but Alyssa is really showing out there in Phoenix. 2 steals, 1 block, 63% from the field. The way that she shoots, it's like you can almost tell when she gets to her spot when she's going to shoot it, it's going in. She knows how to use that backboard like nobody else I've seen. Like her shots almost always go in, especially when she gets to her spot. Kalia Copper finally came back. She got 11 points, 2 rebounds, 1 assist, 1 steal. Did want to say hello to Jeremy. Hey, what's going on? Wody Mack was here. Valks beat Storm and Aces. Why people think they're a bad team in general online don't make sense to me. Yeah, the Storm, the Valks are not not a bad team. I mean, we're early. We're still early. But the Valks are not a bad team, especially not right now. Then we go over to the Aces. The Aces had 3 people in double digits. You had Chelsea Gray with 20 points, 10 rebounds, 4 assists, 1 steal, 1 block, 47% from the field, 1 3. Jewel Lloyd had 17 points, 6 rebounds. She gave us 3 threes, and Jackie Young, 15 points, 3 rebounds, 5 assists. She was 28 from the field. She gave us 2 threes. KB came into the game, gave us 8 points. Stokes did not score that game, so I was wrong as far as her scoring while Asia wasn't here, but she did have 14 rebounds, 1 assist and 2 steals. Again, there's nothing else I need to say about the Aces. We're just struggling right now. We got to figure that out. Next, we go on to Tuesday because we didn't have any games on Monday. Tuesday was ridiculous. We had 0 games on Monday, but we had 6 games on Tuesday. And this was the final games of the Commissioner's Cup to determine who was going to that championship game. So up first, we had Connecticut versus Indiana. And again, Indiana wins 88-71. Leading scorer, of course, for Indiana, 20 points was Caitlin Clark, 1 rebound, 6 assists, 2 steals. Of course, she shoots the 4 threes. Kelsey Mitchell, 17 points, 2 rebounds, 2 assists, 44% from the field. Natasha Howard, 16 points, 12 rebounds, 1 steal. And then Dantes, 13 points, 2 rebounds, 2 assists. Leah Edwards. Aaliyah Boston had 9 points, 9 rebounds, 5 assists. She's been doing well on assists. For Connecticut, Tina Charles was a leading scorer at 20 points. She also had 4 rebounds, 3 assists, 1 block, 35% from the field. Olivia Nelson-Adota, 14 points, 8 rebounds. Jaylen Brown. Is it Jaylen Brown? Yeah, Jaylen Brown, 13 points, 1 rebound, and then the rest of everybody else was in single digits. It was a good game, but not a great game. And this is also, I didn't watch, so y'all know I don't watch Indiana games, but this was the game where the brawl, quote unquote, the brawl went down, where JC, I believe, Lindsey Allen, they got ejected. Mabry got a tech. It's been the topic of conversation all over the sports world about what happened during that game. So there's no need for me to get into it. It was crazy. Then you had New York take on Atlanta. I really needed Atlanta to win because they had Atlanta won. They had a better record in the Commissioner's Cup than both New York and Indiana. But if they lost, that meant that Indiana had the better record, and then they were going to go. So Indiana is going to the Commissioner's Cup with the win that they had, and Atlanta lost. Atlanta ended up losing 81-86. It was just too many games. I couldn't watch them all. I couldn't watch all 6 of those games at one time. But the leading scorer for Atlanta was Pow Pow, 16 points, You had Alicia Gray with 14, Ryan Howard with 13, Brianna Jones with 13. Pow Pow was cooking. I did see that she was cooking in the first half, and then for whatever reason, she was not in the game. I did see the very end because it came down to the last couple of minutes, and actually probably the last minute of the game. It was possible for them to have won that game, but they missed some shots. New York made some shots, and then you start following each other because you want to get on with the points so you can try to score quickly, and just didn't work out for them. So they did end up losing 81-86. For New York, you had Sabrina had 34 points, Stewie had 23. JJ had 10 and 10, and I don't know if this is not the game where JJ got hurt, right? She got hurt in her last game. Don't have a lot of information about that. I heard it was just an ankle, but also heard it was a knee. But hopefully we get more news about JJ soon, but it wasn't this game. It was the last game that they played. Then Chicago played Washington. This was such a winnable game. We were up by 16 points. There was no reason why we should have lost this game. We just did not keep the momentum. The first half was probably the best I've seen Chicago play since the preseason. Everything was clicking, the passing of the ball, the moving without the ball, the players cutting, the players getting themselves open, creating shots, the pace of it, keeping Washington on their toes, like that whole thing. Everybody was scoring, everybody was eating. Camilla and Angel were having a phenomenal game. They were pretty much identical almost with their stats. And then the second half happened, and it felt like they just went to sleep. I don't know. I don't know what happened. They went to sleep at the wheel. You cannot do that against any team, especially not a team that can shoot. And Washington is that team. Although the front court, Camilla and Angel did hold Washington's front court to below their averages and below what they usually do. Nobody was doing anything with Brittany Sykes, and she was just scoring at will. And not her alone, but a big part of how they came back from the deficit and how they won was the play of Brittany Sykes. And we just didn't have anything for that. So, although, like I said, Camilla and Angel both getting a double-double. Camilla had 18 points, 10 rebounds, and they were really trying down the stretch. Still some mistakes that were made, some shots that were missed. Turnovers were crazy. They still could have won this game. It was very, very, very winnable. But again, we just did not do what we needed to do down the stretch. But Camilla, 18 points, 10 rebounds, 1 assist, 1 steal, 1 block. Again, all over the place. 61% from the field. You had Angel, who had 17 points, 10 rebounds, 5 assists, 1 steal, 1 block, 53 from the field. Ariel Atkins, 10 points, 2 rebounds, 7 assists, 2 steals, 4 blocks, 44 from the field. I ain't even looking at the threes because we barely hit any. And those were our top 3 scorers. And then you go to Washington. Brittany Sykes, 32 points, 2 rebounds, 5 assists, 3 steals, 54% from the field. She hit 4 3-pointers. And a lot of those were near the end of the game when she was just like chipping away at whatever we could do. Sony Citron, 13 points, 9 rebounds, 3 assists, 3 steals. She was 44 from the field, and she hit 1 3-pointer. Suge hit 2 3-pointers on us. Everyone else was in single digits. And, we held Stephanie Dolson. We held Aaliyah Edwards. We held Kiki. We held Shakira Austin. And we just needed the guards to do their part and stop Brittany Sykes, and it just wasn't happening. So very disappointing loss. I can see a bright light, but like Angel said in the press conference, can they put together 40 minutes of good basketball? 20 minutes doesn't help. 30 minutes doesn't help. You need 40 minutes of good basketball. You have to stay consistent. You have to stay motivated. You have to keep driving. You have to keep your foot on the gas. And we can't win making mistakes where we're beating ourselves. The turnovers are crazy to me. That we allow that. Like, how many turnovers did they have that game? 22 turnovers. That's ridiculous. And Washington had, how many did they have? They had 16, which is not great, but I mean, if you can outshoot your opponent, that kind of doesn't matter in the big scheme of things. Big Girl is here. What's going on? How are you? Big Girl also says when he put Rachel in the third quarter and left her in, the game was over. Yeah, it just, our guards just weren't what we needed them to do. And they were doing it in the first quarter, in the first half. I just don't know what happened the second half. It kind of just fell apart. And even while it was falling apart, we still had an opportunity to win. It didn't happen. Moving on, because y'all know I'll get on a tangent about my teams. Golden State played Dallas, and Dallas actually won this game 80-71. This is what I mean by anybody really can win. I mean, the Valks, the way that they've been playing is amazing, is great. They just beat Indiana, which is a top team, yesterday? But they end up losing to Dallas, a couple of games before that or a game before that. So anybody, it really depends on the night. It depends on what's going on, who's going to win these games. But Dallas ended up winning 80-71. Gino was in the house to see Caitlin Chin and Paige Beckers, of course. For Golden State, we had Monique Billings had 18 points, 8 rebounds. Kayla Thornton, 17 points, 5 rebounds. LA, Letitia Ami here, 14 points, 6 rebounds. Tip Hayes, 10 points, 2 rebounds. They hit Monique had 2 threes, Kayla had 2 threes, and Tip Hayes had 2 threes. But it wasn't enough for Dallas. Paige Becker's 20 points, 4 rebounds, 2 assists, 4 steals, 2 blocks. I love a full stat line. Because even though the stats don't tell the whole story, you actually have to watch and kind of see, what's going on, because people help with screens, people help with deflections, people help when, on hard defense, some of that stuff doesn't show up on a stat line. But when you see something like that, that, they truly, truly participated. So Paige Beckers did not hit any threes, but she was 50% from the field. Arike had 19 points, 5 rebounds, 6 assists, 3 steals, 1 block, 36% from the field. I think her name is Kayla Charles, right? Who just got picked up. 10 points, 5 rebounds, 4 assists, 3 steals, 33% from the field. Arike did hit 3 threes, and then everyone else was in single digits. But Hines Allen, 9 points, Dejanay, 8 points, and Alyssa Smith, 6 points. Everyone who played scored. Even Yuru was in there. I didn't get to see this game again. Like every game, it was so many games on. I didn't get to see it, but everyone who played participated, and they ended up winning the game. 1 second. Sorry. But yeah, also as far as Golden State are concerned, they're losing a lot of not a lot, but they lost some big players on their team due to overseas obligations. They got LA back. They picked up Caitlin Chin. They picked up Bibby. They picked up Area Powers. They picked up my girl Bree Hall just a couple of days ago. So I personally think Natalie knew what she was doing the whole time. She knew what she was going to have to do, and by her cutting some of these people, she knew she would bring them back. Now the question is, when these other people come back, I'm pretty sure all these other people that she added, they're going to have to go, because obviously you only have so many roster spots. But they are coming in like nothing's happening. And although they lost this game, they still look good, as we can see from the last game that they played. Jaletta says the guards were outscored 52-30. Yeah. Not great from my Chicago guards. Then you had Minnesota versus the Aces, and Minnesota 76-62. You did not have Asia, and you barely had Collier, because I think she went out with a back injury, which she's had back injury. She's been dealing with a back injury for a while. She had a back injury. She was out what last season a little bit, and then the season before that, she was dealing with that. So I don't know. Hopefully she can. That's something that she can deal with because she's been playing very well. So hopefully that doesn't hurt her too much. But no Asia, no Fee, and yeah, we still lose 76-62. The Aces were led by Jewel Lloyd with 12 points, 8 rebounds, 3 assists, 33% from the field. Tiffany Mitchell, 10 points, 5 rebounds, 83% from the field. Jewel did hit 4 threes, but everybody else, Jackie and Chelsea, 9 points. Kia Stokes did have 7. Aaliyah Nye did have 7. Kirsten Bell had 5. So again, they're participating, but it's not enough. It's not enough to overpower. I mean, 2 players in double digits is not necessarily going to beat any team. Even if your other players are doing something, we got to have more offensive output, especially when you're going up against Minnesota, whose leading scorer had 20 points, which was Courtney Williams, 4 rebounds, 5 assists, 3 steals, 2 blocks. She didn't have the best shooting night, 34%. Natisha Heidemann had 12 points, 6 rebounds, 3 assists, 41% from the field. Diamond Miller came off the bench with 12 points, 2 rebounds, 1 assist, 1 steal, 80% from the field. She hit 2 3-pointers. And then Alana Smith, 10 points, 13 rebounds, 3 assists. Kayla McBride had 8. Bridget Carlton had 7, and Collier had 7, but she didn't play the entire game. But I mean, you got 20, 12, 12, and 10 against 12 and 10, right? Like you're gonna get outplayed. And then the last game was Seattle versus the Sparks, and Seattle just ran through the Sparks. I did not get to watch this game as well. Seattle, well, the leading scorer for Las Vegas. The leading scorer for Los Angeles was Rakia Jackson with 17 points, 2 rebounds, 2 assists, 2 steals. She didn't have a great shooting night, 26% from the field, but she did get a lot of free throws. Azare had 16 points, 10 rebounds, 1 assist, 3 steals, 1 block. Sarah Ashley Barker, 12 points, 7 rebounds, 1 assist. Hamby, 8. Petty, 6. King, 6. I guess Kelsey Plum didn't play. I don't know. I didn't know she didn't play that game. She didn't play. I don't see her on the thing at all. I don't know if she got hurt. I had no idea about that. Seattle, though, NECA had 26 points, 5 rebounds, 2 assists, 3 steals. Erica Wheeler, 15 points, 3 rebounds, 2 assists, 1 steal. Skylar, 15 points, 3 rebounds, 7 assists. Alicia Clark, 14 points, 2 rebounds, 2 assists. Gabby Williams, 11 points, 4 rebounds, 7 assists, 8 steals. 8. She had 8, not 9. 8 steals. Crazy. Even Dominique got in on some of the rookies. 7 points, 3 rebounds, 1 assist, 1 steal. Everybody 8. Everybody that played scored except for Holmes, who did not score, but everybody who played scored at least 2 points. So again, they got outplayed by Seattle. Wednesday, we only had 1 game. That was Phoenix versus Connecticut. That was a good game. A winnable game. I don't have Wednesday on here. A winnable game by Connecticut, but Phoenix did. Phoenix is sneaky. Phoenix never backs down is the thing. Like, you think you have Phoenix on the ropes. You think like, oh, they're missing a player, this or that. Phoenix finds a way to win, and it gets on my nerves because you think you have them, and here comes Sammy shooting threes. Here come AT barreling down the court. And when those two maybe don't shoot, then you got Satu. Like, they have these people on this team that is just like, what do you do with them? But it was a great game. I'm mad that I left this off. It was a great game for my rook. Anissa Morrow finally played some minutes, 22 minutes. She was the leading scorer. And it was a winnable game. They could have won this game going down the stretch. But Anissa Morrow came in, took over the third quarter. I think she scored every point in the third quarter except for two shots, I think. Um, 16 points, 9 rebounds, 1 assist, 3 steals. She came in doing her thing, 45.5% from the field. JC had 13 points, 1 assist. This was a back-to-back for them. Olivia Nelson Adota had 10 points, 14 rebounds, 1 assist, 66.7% from the field, and everybody else was just single digits. But very proud of Anissa. Her and AT were kind of going at it. That was kind of her matchup a little bit. And you could see AT bumping into her, and Anissa was not really moving. I love to see that toughness. After the game, she talked about like she models her game after a player like AT, who's so strong, but also can score and also can facilitate. That she's like all over the court. So she gave her props for that. But for her to be a rookie and to stand up to AT in that way and be able to take the bumps and Anissa showed us some moves that she has. Like if some of you guys that may not be familiar with her that watched her in LSU, you probably didn't see her there. Anissa have some moves on her, right? She's not just a post player. A lot of people like to say that she's undersized or she can't play certain positions and whatever that looks like. But Anissa plays with heart and grit, and you saw some of that coming out. So I wish they could have won that game because she played phenomenal. I was so happy to see her. She's been averaging 2 points a game. Came in this game 16 points. So happy, so proud of her. Didn't win the game, but again, Phoenix, like I said, they're sneaky. AT had 14 points, 8 rebounds, 11 assists, 1 steal. She was 50% from the field. Held had 14 points, 2 rebounds. Copper, 13 points, 1 rebound, 2 assists, 1 steal. Satu, 12 points, 15 rebounds, 1 assist, 1 steal, 1 block. Loxa had 11 points, 2 rebounds. And then everyone else was in single digits. But look, they scored when they needed to. And they ended up winning the game 83-75. On Thursday, we had 2 games, New York versus Phoenix. New York lost this game 81-89, and this was last night. 81-89. Again, Alyssa Thomas, like, what do you do? What do you do with that? Although she wasn't a leading scorer, Akoa Makani had 21 points, 1 rebound, 6 assists. Alyssa Thomas had 18 points, 15 rebounds, 7 assists, 2 steals. Whitcomb had 16 points, 5 rebounds, 5 assists. She hit 4 3-pointers. Sabali had 15 points, 9 rebounds. Latska had 13 points, 1 rebound, 1 assist, 1 steal. She also hit 3 3-pointers. Just a lot. I mean, we didn't have JJ. We didn't. New York didn't have JJ, but Stewie had 35 points, 3 rebounds, 2 assists, 3 steals, 64 from the field. I was going to say Sabali. Sabrina had 16 points, 6 rebounds, 6 assists, 3 steals at 18%. Ooh, 18% was not great. But again, her free throws is what helped her. She hit I was about to say she hit 10 3-pointers. She hit 1 3-pointer, 1 for 10. And that was it. Cloud, Sabali, Burke, Johannes, all in single digits. Again, not enough for Phoenix. And then the game that I've been seeing clips of all over everywhere is Golden State versus Indiana. Golden State beat them 88-77. Kayla 16 points. Tip Hayes 14 points. Kayla 16 points, 6 rebounds, 1 steal. She hit 5 3-pointers. Tip Hayes 14 points, 3 rebounds, 5 assists, 1 steal. Bibby 12 points, 3 rebounds, 1 assist, 1 steal. 44%. Both of them shot 44%. Burton 11 points, 5 rebounds, 3 assists, 1 block. Letitia Ami here, she had a game. 10 points, 3 rebounds, 3 assists, 1 steal, 4 blocks, 50% from the field. Then you had Kate Martin with 9, Mo Billings with 8, late at with 8. Um, just a phenomenal game. I mean, the defense I heard was A1. They kind of locked down. CC kept her from scoring like she usually does. She did not hit any threes in this game. The leading scorer though was Aaliyah Boston, 17 points, 12 rebounds. Aaliyah Boston doesn't get talked about enough. She's doing some things, but she's kind of getting overshadowed, obviously, by obviously anybody that's on the team with CC, you're going to kind of get overshadowed. They don't really care about anybody else on the team, but she's been consistently doing well. 17 points, 12 rebounds, 1 assist, 1 steal, 3 blocks, 63 from the field. Kelsey Mitchell, 16 points, 1 rebound, 2 assists, 54 from the field. Natasha Howard, 13 points, 5 rebounds, 2 assists. CC, 11 points, 7 rebounds, 9 assists, 1 steal. Again, she did not have a great shooting night. She did have some free throws, 5 points off of free throws. And then everyone else was in single digits, 9, 5, 3, 3. The Golden State just outplayed them and had that defense. So shout out to Golden State for taking down one of the top teams, especially with the attention that Indiana gets. That was pretty cool to see that happen in an arena that is electric. Like, I kind of want to go to a Golden State game and just feel like how crazy that is. My goal is to eventually, I want to try to go to as many other teams' places or their games as I can, just to feel the energy there. I think it's pretty cool. But looking at the standings, most people have played 12 to 11 games. Minnesota is number 1. 11, they won 11 games, lost 1, so they are definitely in the number 1 spot. New York Liberty, number 2 at 10-2. You got Phoenix, number 3, 10-4. I honestly didn't expect that. Atlanta Dream is up there with the top teams, 8-4 at number 4. Seattle Storm is 7-5. Then you have the Golden State Valks, who are at 500, 6-6. Same thing with Indiana Fever. So Golden State Valks are 6. Indiana is 7, probably just because of I think they do point differentials and just win losses, like who has the better record against each other when it's tied. Vegas Aces. My Vegas Aces are number 8, under 500 at 5-6. We've lost 2 in a row so far, which is crazy. Mystics are number 9 at 5-7. You got the Sparks at number 10 at 4-9. You have Chicago Sky at number 11 with 3-8. Connecticut Sun at 2-10. And then the last team, Dallas Wings, is at 2-11. So, yeah, that is the breakdown. I have to say, I didn't expect to see Aces at number 8. If and it's way early, way early. But if the season were to end today, I think they're still doing the top 8. Washington would not make the playoffs. Sparks would not make the playoffs. Chicago would not make the playoffs. Connecticut would not make the playoffs. Dallas would make the playoffs. And Vegas would be going up against freaking Minnesota Lynx. So that's crazy. That's so crazy as the first round. So yeah, pretty crazy stuff there when you look at it. Let me take that down. Oh man, that kind of hurts my heart to see that. I did want to one thing I forgot to mention. Hi James, thanks for popping in. Appreciate it. I did want to mention something I had said. I don't know if I said this on my show, if I said this on Sessa's show when I was there, but I had said that I thought Camilla would be gone from the team during the All-Star break, and she wouldn't miss that many games because y'all know starting next week, Camila Cardoso is going to Chile with some of her other Brazilian teammates to play in the AmeriCup tournament. Um, and she will not be available to the team. So looking at the calendar, she's going to be gone from, I think they said the tournament is June 28th. Shout out to that date. That's my birthday. Shout out, shout out. June 28th to July 6th. And I mistakenly thought that that was the All-Star break because Chicago doesn't play that many games in between that time. They literally have like a week off from playing. And I thought that was the All-Star break, but the All-Star break is actually 2 weekends later on the 19th. So Chicago has a game on the 27th, the 29th, and then they don't have another game until July 6th. So they're off after the 29th, which is a Sunday. They don't play Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, or Saturday. They play their next game on July 6th. So maybe Camilla might miss four games, maybe. Because it depends on when she's traveling. If the tournament starts on the 28th, she might leave. I don't know how early they're going to have her leave. But to save Chicago some games, I would say maybe she leaves on the 25th. And then she will miss the 27th, the 29th, and then probably, well, for sure the 6th, because that's the end of the tournament, maybe the 8th. So she might miss 4 games, I'm thinking. It just depends on what they do in the tournament and how long they last. But she's not missing that many games. I mean, a missed game is going to hurt regardless, but she's not missing as many games as I thought she would because they're not playing for a whole 6-7 days in a row. So we will get her back, hopefully by the 8th, and then she can play in the 9th, and then the rest of the games we need to play in July. And then the weekend, All-Star weekend is the 19th, the 18th, 19th, and 20th. So they'll have some time off. So hopefully that'll work for her benefit where she's not too tired out and she can still help the team because I think she's been playing great so far this season. But yeah, my mistake, I thought it was All-Star break just because they weren't playing games for a while. But yeah, they just don't have games, which is crazy. And you're going to stack them up in August when they're playing like every other game, but you give them a whole week off in the beginning of July, which is kind of crazy when you think about it. But that works for us. If we can keep Camilla to the least amount of games missed, that works out for us. What is Chicago going to do while she's out? I don't think she's out long enough for them to get any kind of help because she's only going to be out 4 games, maybe 5 at the most. So I don't think we got to figure out what we're going to do with point guard or whatever. Like we can't be down a point guard and then you're down. You don't have no backup for your 4 and 5 because he usually just rotates Camilla, Angel, and Elizabeth Williams around. And now you don't have Camilla, so it's just E-Will and Angel really having to do who's going to sub for them. You know what I'm saying? Beck Allen, maybe. But I don't know. We'll figure it. I guess they'll figure it out. Hey, Tulip, what's going on? Thanks for joining me. So yeah, that I wanted to clear that up because I thought it was All-Star weekend, but it's not. So vote for Camilla for All-Star. And speaking of All-Star, y'all, have y'all seen the breakdown of the votes that they just released? They have, let me see if I could pull this up. I don't know where this came from. I might be able to get it off of Twitter if I go to, oh, not you making me sign. I ain't got time for that. It's trying to make me sign up for Twitter. Jaletta says it's time to start playing Maddie. True. That is true. Tulip says they have Lexi Hull in top 10 over Plum and Alicia. Diabolical. That part. They have Natasha over Hamby. I've seen that more people voted for Kiki instead of Angel. Yeah, I wish I can bring it up. I thought I could pull it up on Twitter, but it's making me sign in, and I don't remember my login to sign into Twitter. But maybe I can hold on. I might be able to share it with you guys. Let me see if I can. Save it. Hold on. See if I can do some quick producer work real fast because I wanna look at this real quick. Un momento, por favor. See if I can get it real fast. I might be able to. Okay, I want to add. I don't know how to do this. Hold on. Okay, I think I got it. I got it here. Okay. Let's see. Take the banner off. All right. Boom. There we go. Now, this is the breakdown so far, the first round results of the All-Star voting. As you can see, you have Caitlin Clark, number one. That's not a surprise. 515,000. Then you have Fee, 484. You have Aaliyah Boston at 446. Asia Wilson, 394. Stewie at 367. Paige, 312. Kelsey Mitchell, 277. Sabrina at 234. Lexi Hull at 217. Kiki at 213. Kelsey Plum at 204. Satu at 175. Angel at 173. Alicia Gray at 168. And JJ at 162. I mean, these are the fan votes. I guess that's who they're voting for. Is crazy to me. I'll be honest. Crazy to me that Angel, who has the most followers of everybody by millions, like a lot of those are her haters too. Let's not, the haters love to watch her. But even if you did a portion of that, that's way more than 173,000. That's crazy to me that she is number 13. That makes no sense to me. I don't get. Come here. I don't get. Shout out to Big Lex, lover on the rose. I don't really get that, her being that high. Kiki is great. I voted for Kiki. I don't. Again, 213 for Kiki is crazy to me. I don't know. It's just Angel seems like her number should be higher. To me, that's just me. You got a lot of Indiana in there. Leah Boston, Lexi Hull, Kelsey Mitchell, in this, and it smells of just the fever people voting for their folks. So these other teams, we got to get our people in there. Tulip says they have Natasha over Hamby. This is just the top 15 that I have. I've seen that more people voted for Kiki instead of Angel. Tulip says they have Sophie over Ryan and Jackie. They need to get rid of fan vote, or it will just be fever role players picked over elite hoopers and other teams. Jaletta says they're voting for Kiki just to hurt Angel. Tulip says, Jay, I like your basketball backdrop. Green screen reminds me of 2K loading screen. Thank you. they have a longer list on Twitter. It shows Natasha over Gabby, Sophie over Ryan. Yeah, this is just what somebody sent me, but I haven't. I can't get on the Twitter right now to do that. I voted for Kiki. I voted for Kiki too. Plum, Satu, Alicia are all averaging 20, 21 a game and not even top 10. Yeah. It's kind of crazy. I heard people didn't know that they were supposed to vote every day, which is also crazy. Um, I don't know. I don't know what to tell y'all. This is crazy. This is crazy to me. But hopefully, when we get our second round and we get further into it, these numbers will even out because I don't really know what's going on. It is a little crazy to see. It is a little crazy to see. Okay, let's go back to my slide. Um, so I can hold on. We can remove that. Hey, dude, you gotta sit down. All right, players of the game for last week. They gave it to Alicia Gray again. Um, for the Eastern Conference, 23.3 points, 6 rebounds, 4.3 assists. And they gave it to Kayla Thornton on the West. What is that? 20 points, 11.5 assists, and rebounds, I'm sorry, and 1 assist. So shout out to those players there. What else are y'all saying? A lot of Angels fans are sadly following her to hate or her appearance, not for hoops. Followers, not fans. Yeah. I wouldn't say a lot. The girl got 5 million followers. I think it's just a bunch of them. They just need to do what they need to do. It can happen. She can mobilize them to do what they need to do. So, we'll see. We'll see what happens. I feel like Asia has, she's normally the top fan or the top all-star vote getter, has been for the past few years. So for her to be 3, that's kind of crazy too, because I don't think she lost fans. And I guess just Aaliyah Boston gained more fans than Asia. I don't know. It is what it is. We shall see who makes the final cut. But vote for Angel, vote for Camilla to go to the All-Star. I think that'll be dope to see them there. Now we got a little bit of news around the dub. We kind of already talked about this one, but Angel did get her first career triple double. Amazing. She did great. 11 assists. She could have had more than that. They did win the game, so that just made it all the better. I think Camilla has no chance to make it. I'm voting for Camilla, whether she has a chance or not. I'm voting for her to make it. If she can get the Brazilians to vote, she can definitely be there. I know nobody pays her any attention, but I'm still giving her my vote. But yeah, shout out to Angel for her first triple double. I think many more to come. She's definitely more than just a rebounder. As you can see, what she's been doing on the floor. As soon as everything clicks, it'll become more clear that she can definitely be more of a versatile player, even though people don't want to give her that opportunity to do so. Sorry if y'all heard me yelling at my dog. But yeah, shout out to Angel for the triple double. That's great. We also had I just picked a couple of things. There's a lot of movement that happened as far as people moving up the all-time list for assists and things like that. But Ryan Howard became the fastest to 300 three-pointers made. She's been killing the game on the three-pointers, real crazy. And then just a little bit, yeah, Angel is the fastest to 100, fastest forward to 100 assists. She's also the youngest and the fastest to, was it 30 double doubles? We had a lot. Like I said, we had a lot of movement. I didn't get all of it down, but Skylar Diggins moved up the list for assists. I think it was also Natasha Cloud moved up the all-time list for assists. So shout out to them. I saw the numbers, Jay. Miller's 22nd. She won't make it. Better off the vote to pick Satu so Lexi can get out of here. I'm still voting for Camilla. I don't care. My vote's still going for her. But I switch it up. I voted. Do I have Satu on my thing? Let me see. I have my last. It won't even let me see who I voted for. No, because I already voted. Dang it. I wish I can see, but I switched mine out. But I'm still going to be voting for Camilla just because that's my girl. I want to vote for her. Another piece of, like, this has been crazy to me. Asia and Nike I've seen 5 or 6 posts about different colorways that Asia is dropping. So this one is the A1 team colorway. So to match her jerseys, the white and black, the black and white, and the red and white. As soon as I find a pair that fit me well, because I wear kids sizes and the kids are way too wide for me. I heard that the women sizes are kind of narrow, and that's what I need. I have a very skinny, narrow foot, so it may not be tight on me like it is on other people. The kids are just too wide. It feels like, after wearing them and breaking them in, they're just like, it feels like I'm wearing like boats. I don't mean to diss the shoe or anything, but they're just too big for my feet. Like the shoe is just too big of a shoe because it's too wide for my feet. So if I get the women's size and it fits well, I'm going to be a major customer because this shoe looks like it's going to be, like I said, could be one of my favorite shoes because it comes in so many colorways. Just like back in the day when I used to rock the Air Maxes in every single color. But you have like I said, the white and black, black and white, red and white. But she also announced, I think these are called the Sunshines that are coming out later this year. She also has the All-Stars that are coming out later. These ones, I think she's going to wear for the All-Star game. I got a little close up of the detail. I really like the little detail around like where the shoestrings are. I think that's cute. The gold logo there. Shout out to Asia. And she released, it's another one. They had like 4 other colors that they have coming out. Also, there's another exclusive kids one that is a neon green. I forget what she called that. They also are dropping like a green and black that kind of looks like a Seattle Storm color. That looks cool. So, shout out to Asia and these colorways and the people that are actually wearing, the players are actually wearing them to games. I see Tina Charles in the A1s. Obviously, Camilla's been wearing the A1s. Sloot was wearing the A1s when she was playing. I've seen Alicia Gray keeps her a pair of A1s on. So there's players around the league that's been wearing them. So I think it's dope. James says he only wears Fila. Okay, shout out to you. Tulip says fire shoes. Yeah, so if I can find my size that fits well, I'll be a customer for sure. All right, now it's time to get into some fashions before we get out of here. Time for the fit check. I'm going to get some music and graphics and all that stuff as soon as I get my life together, y'all. I promise you I'm going to get it together. But these are just some of my favorite looks from this week. I'm going to say favorite, some looks that stood out to me this week. Let me just say that. Some of them are favorite. Some of them I'm just like, I got to show. I mean, you got to show Rakia. Like, you can't have a fit check without showing Rakia because she wears that, what they say, PTSO. That's what she does. PTSO. She wears that. This is a cute little number that Rakia is wearing. Looks like a Chanel outfit. Again, I'm not that, knowledgeable of the fashion, but very cute on her. We also have we got a few of Angel's, because Angel at first to me, some of her looks just weren't. I don't like the business suit type of stuff. I never was really into that. Like, you can wear a fire suit, but some of the stuff just wasn't appealing to me. Doesn't mean that it's not fashion. I mean, Angel's a fashion girly, so she can wear some of that avant-garde type fashion stuff. But what I kind of like this outfit. I don't know what these pants are, but it kind of looks like she has like a sweater tied across the top, but it's not. That's just made into the pants. I love the oversized shirt. That's also like a halter. I don't know if she folded it under, or that's just the way the shirt is, but I thought that was cute with those shark heels that she wears. I thought that was a cute look. And I love those two braids when she wears those. I think that's a cute look. And I think those braids, I don't know, I just always like those. I've had those before. I just haven't had them recently, but it's a cute look. Then we have Olivia Nelson Adota. This is from her line. Apparently she has a line of clothes coming out that, let me fix it. I don't like the way that looks. She has a line of clothes. I forgot the name of it, but this is part of that. I mean, it didn't look like she was going to a game, but hey, it is what it is. But I think when the stuff that she wears is cute. It's just the way that she wears it, I think is cute as well. Then we have this look right here. I think Niece ate this, to be honest. It's the hair, it's the glasses, it's just a mini dress. That's all it is. But the embellishment of the boots or heels or whatever that is that she's wearing, I'm pretty sure they're boots, but it's just something about this whole ensemble that I like. And this is also the game where she killed it, got the 16 points and led her team. It's just something about this futuristic. It just looks good. So shout out to Niece. She usually doesn't wear this color hair, but it just kind of changed the persona of her. But she looks like a freaking like superhero, to be honest. So I love this look. Thought it was dope. Then we have, this is Olivia again. This is probably part of her line. She had the blue on previously. This is a lavender. So that same kind of material on the skirt. And also these, I don't know if they're real fur or faux fur, but the boots or the heels with that, I thought that was kind of cute. We also have, here's another look by Angel. I don't like hidden heels at all. I don't like hidden heels, but I do like the outfit. She had the purse to match the top. I forgot what she said, what brand that was of the shirt in the bag, but I think the look is cute. It's simple and cute. You had Marina Mabry. Now she had another fit on. It was a pink fit. It was very, very cute, but whoever took the picture didn't give it justice and it didn't look good, but I still wanted to put her on here. This was like my second favorite that she wore last week. She's trying to step out a little bit. Not anything too flashy. It ain't nothing like that's like falling off the page. Like, she's just amazingly dressed. But I think this is a nice look for Marina. I like the pink outfit better. I like the heels that she had. It was kind of sort of the same kind of outfit that Rakia was wearing, except it was she had the jacket. The shirt was open with like a shirt underneath. But it just didn't look like, when they took the picture, it looked like she was disheveled. I don't know. I didn't really like it. We also have, here's another Angel. I like this one. Simple, all the same color, brown bag to go with it. I think she has some leopard shoes on or something. I like this. I think it's cute. I love like skin tone type of outfits. And then this one. This picture, talking about a picture that doesn't give it justice. This picture, Timmy Fagbenle from the Valks. This this video of her walking and spinning and the dress is flowing and you can really like see the butterflies and this afro, like this chocolate girl in this dress, beautiful skin. Look at those heels. It's just the whole thing. Just like I was like, oh, she won the week for me. I don't know, she just did. Like I loved this ruffle outfit. I don't know what it was. It's just the whole package to me. But like I said, this picture doesn't really give it justice. You have to watch the video of her walking in it to like get the full effect. But I really, really, really like this. It just looks plain and simple there, but it was like the whole, what do they call it? The aura, all that was together in that. I think we have another picture of Nice. This is in another Chanel outfit. Cute. Nice has been killing the looks for me, I think. But I think also, like I was telling y'all, a lot of like it just seems like a lot of players just aren't like they're just playing. They come in their sweatsuits and t-shirts and not really caring too much about it. I haven't seen Skylar. I've been searching for Skylar. I haven't seen anything. Cause she's usually the queen. I haven't been able to find any of Skylar. So I'm gonna deliberately look for her next week just to see, because usually she's on top. Her, Rakia, Angel to me. Dejanay's been wearing a lot of just cowboy stuff, which is not really my style. Like she still looks good in it because she looks good, but not something that's like catching my eye. But I'm gonna look for Skylar because she usually kills it. Tulip says that Timmy looked like an 80s jazz queen, Minnie Rippleton vibes. Yeah. Uno looks good in blue. Yeah. Check out Monique Billings from the Valks. Well, what outfit? I didn't see anything. Hold on, let me get back to your thing here. What's crutches? What do you mean by crutches? Who's on crutches? Oh, Ray Burrell. Speaking of crutches, Ray Burrell has also been. I like some of the fits she's been wearing. She's another person that literally, like most of these women, most of these women, they're athletes, so their bodies are already in shape. You literally just put whatever on them, they're gonna look good depending on how they wear it. So no one looks horrible ever that I see, even when they're just wearing a simple t-shirt and sweatpants. They still, still look good wearing whatever they're wearing. But just those are a few that caught my eye. But my fit of the week had to go to Timmy because it just gave regal black queen. I don't know. I just really, really, really liked it. But I think that is all we have for today. This was an afternoon show. Not something I'll do regularly, but this is the time that I have because we do have games coming on tonight. I have some other stuff I have to get to before those games happen. And then Saturday, I'm not available. I'm trying to find the best time that works for me and everybody else. So hopefully the people that didn't get to watch live will be a part of the replay gang, and y'all will still like, comment, and share. Make sure y'all like this video or this live right now. And then also just keep the bells on because I've been having a lot of random lives, whether it's from my kitchen or my living room or my car. And we just have conversations. We have a good time just so I can keep in contact with you guys, let you know I'm still here. We still talk hoops. We still have, like I said, good conversations. It's just not in this setting. It's when I'm cooking breakfast or I'm making dinner or whatever time. So I think that y'all go ahead and give me the likes, comment, and share. And let's keep this thing going as I continue to grow my channel. Yeah, I know who Minnie Rippleton is. I know who she is. She has a song, Memory Lane. Obviously, everybody knows Loving You. She is the mother of Maya Rudolph, who was a staple on Saturday Night Live. I recently just read about her story and how she passed away, and it's very sad and tragic and all that other stuff. But yeah, I know who she is. I know who she is. I think that's gonna do it. I'm trying to think, is there anything else going on that I can think of that I wanted to say? I don't really know. Oh, I do have, YouTube has this new thing called community. So, you can go to my community page and I put posts up. Now they have it open to where anybody that's subscribed to me can also put posts up, and we can kind of talk to each other through those posts just like you would on any other social media platform. So feel free, drop a post about whatever. If y'all want to put in some fashions that you like, that you want me to cover during one of my shows, you can go ahead and do that. It was something else. It was something else I wanted to cover. What was it? Oh, this is what I wanted to cover. Hold on. Before we get out of here, let me show y'all. This is a piece of news that happened this week. Let me, hold on. Now, hold on. Let me see. Hold on. No. I'm trying to find her website because here it is. So Angel Reese, we know, gets they like to troll her a lot. And the big thing was people were coming at her about her rebounds, saying her rebounds is not really a true number because all she does is rebound off her own misses, which someone put together a compilation of videos that showed her last 4 games or 3 games and how and the offensive rebound she got off from those games, and saw that maybe 1 or 2 were off of her own misses, the rest were off other players. People know that, but they came up with this term "me bound," and they kept coming at her. Me bounds, me bounds, me bounds. Right? Somebody said you're selfish because all you want to do is get your own rebounds. That don't even make sense. But anyway, Angel went and went and took the word "me bound" and got a copyright to be able to sell merch. And as of right now, she is selling "me bound" merch. Right here, as you can see, "me bound" merch. And she owns the right to it. You can see the little trademark. She bought the rights to be able to put that word on merchandise and sell it. T-shirts, sweatshirts, and hats. And you can see the trademark on it, which is pretty cool. But I had to go purchase. And not only is this, it's not that she took this word and used it to put on merch. She's actually given some of the proceeds of the sales from these shirts and the merch to her Angel Reese Foundation, towards the initiative of stopping cyberbullying or fighting cyberbullying, which I think is genius because this word was thrown at her to bully her, to demean her, to disrespect her online, which is what cyberbullying is. She took that, making it a positive out of it, and now the proceeds, when people buy, that's going towards her charity and going towards her initiative of trying to help fight against cyberbullying. I think it's a genius idea. I think it's dope. Yeah, $40 for a shirt. Yeah, I've spent more at concerts, to be honest. It is might be pricey because I guess what they go for, like, oh, I ain't even show y'all. It goes for like $20 or $25 maybe, but the shirts that I've been buying have been like $40. That's not anything. 45. I just spent 45 on a shirt at a concert. But as y'all can see now, because I didn't have it on the screen, these are what they have. Like I said, I did purchase one. I'm probably going to get another one. I didn't see this particular one that has her going up for the rebound. That says me bounce. Anything that comes off that board is mine. I think that's dope. I do want to get that. But yeah, so these are the different ones. It has the me bounds, but also has the trademark, the actual trademark picture of how she trademarked it on there under me bounds. She has it on hats. She has it on shoes. This is crazy. She has youth merch as well. So yeah, shout out to Angel for turning something that people are making a negative that isn't even really a negative. No coach ever is going to tell you not to rebound. No coach is ever going to tell you that you shouldn't follow your own shot. That never was a thing. That never has been a thing. But the people that don't watch sports and that all they want to do is come at Angel, they've tried to make this a thing, and Angel took it back, and now she's made it a thing, and she's making money and also giving to charity at the same time. So shout out to Angel. Like I said, I got my shirt. I did order me one because y'all know how I feel about supporting my people. I own a lot of merch from a lot of different people, sports people, music people. That's just, I put that in my budget just to be able to buy a little bit here and there. So shout out to Angel. Shout out to y'all for hanging with me this afternoon. I really appreciate it. I do appreciate every comment, every like, every share, every time y'all come in here and just watch or come in here and participate in the chat. I really do appreciate it. And tonight we have, how many games we have on tonight? It's only, where are we at? Hold on. I think we have a couple of games tonight. Let me check that. We got 3 games, 2 at 6:30. My time is Central, 6:30, and 1 at 9. So we have Washington Mystics versus the ATL versus ATL. That should be a good one. Dallas versus Connecticut. That's going to be a good one again because both of them are looking for their third win. Somebody's going to get it. And then Seattle versus Las Vegas Aces, another rematch. Let's see if Asia comes back. They moved her up to probable. I don't know if she's going to play today. And even if she does, she probably won't play a lot of minutes. I'm all for let Asia rest and heal 100%. And when she's ready to come back, she can come back. The Aces got to figure out how to do stuff without leaning on her so much. Like, yeah, she is the best player. She is going to give you production, whether it's offensively or defensively or both. But at some point, you got to understand there's 11 other people on a team, and one person does not win a game. One person can help win a game, but one person cannot win a game by themselves. You got to have some help from the other people on the team. And so they got to figure out how they can perform without Asia. And then when Asia comes back, they can bring up their production to the level that it needs to be, and they can supplement her and help her along with the team win these games. It's not just, oh, Asia's in the game, I'm just going to pass the ball to her all night and she could score 32 points and we're still going to lose because I scored 2 points. Like, that's not going to work. So hopefully Aces can come out with the win. Jaletta says, or Big Girl says, do you think the Sky will win one of these games? One of what games? The games that's coming up? Hello to Shamika. How are you? I don't know if I've seen you in the chat, but shout out to you. Do I think Sky will win one of the games? One of the games they have coming up on Sunday, they have Phoenix Saturday they have Phoenix. They have a back-to-back. Sunday they have ATL. Tuesday they have Sparks, and Friday they have the Valks. Can they win one of these games? I mean, I hope they can. I mean, the thing with Chicago, they just need to come together. Like I said, I've seen sparks of them um, doing what they needed to do. They just can't hold on to the lead, or they lose focus, or they beat themselves by having too many turnovers. If they can control the stuff they can control, like the turnovers, like the motivation, the dedication, like the effort, as Becky says, if they can control what they can control, they can win these games. But I feel like a lot of times they get, I don't want to say comfortable, but I feel like when they start losing the lead or they're playing from behind, they start to play desperate. And when they're playing desperate, they're not playing the game that they know how to play. And that's when the turnovers happen. And that's when the rush shots happen. And that's when you're going away from what was working to just be the hero. And that's not what we need. We need to be calm, cool, collected, play the game we're going to play, chip away at the lead like the other teams do to us, and we can win the game. So can we win against Phoenix? We can win. I don't know if we will win the way Phoenix has been playing, but can we win? Yes. Can we beat Atlanta? We can beat Atlanta. It just depends on how they decide they want to play. Can we beat the Sparks? Yes, we can beat the Sparks. We can beat the Sparks. Again, it just depends. After that, we don't have Camilla. I don't know what he's going to do. So we shall see how we do against the teams once we don't have Camilla. I don't know if that's the question you were asking. Can we win these games without Camilla? We got Golden State without Camilla. We got the Sparks again without Camilla. Possibly without Camilla for the Valk. She might be leaving. I'm not sure when she's leaving actually, but definitely for the Sparks she won't be there. And who they play again in Minnesota. I mean, I think Camilla having Camilla play Minnesota because they don't necessarily have a person that can play against her very well. Their post isn't very strong. I mean, they have Fee, but Fee doesn't play necessarily in the post. That's her opportunity. She was individually, she was cooking them last season as well. I don't know what they can do without her against Minnesota. So we shall see. We shall see. I don't really know. Yeah, Saturday or Sunday, like I said, they can win them. Will they win them? I don't know. Shamika says, I think the Sky will win on Tuesday against the Sparks. My hope is yes. My hope is that they can win all of the games that they play these next few games. They just have to dig in and, like I said, stay the course. So we will see. I think the Sky will win on Tuesday against the Sparks. Big Girl says the only threat on the Sky is Angel. That's a shame. Yeah. I mean, as far as effort, like she's a dog. And we've said that, she said that. So her energy supersedes everybody else on the team. But I will say, I'm not gonna say that Camilla's just a different player. Camilla just does the work. She's not flashy. She ain't gonna say too much. She's not gonna celebrate too much. You can tell that she's been frustrated in certain games. But Camilla has not been shabby. These last few games, she's been the leading scorer, second leading scorer. She's been doing what she needed to do. We just needed other people to also come through. So no shade to Camilla. I think she's doing great. Is going to continue to work well, I think, for her. And I think Angel and Camilla together are a force to be reckoned with, again, once they figure out their team stuff. I think we'll start to see a lot of production. Shamika says the fourth quarter kills the Sky every time. We got to play all four quarters, that part. How long will Camilla be out? I don't know officially how long she's going to be out, but the tournament she's playing in is June 28th through July 6th. And as I stated earlier, Chicago has like 3 games in that span of time. So she might only miss 3 games, or she could miss maybe 5, because depending on when she gets back, if she's tired, or if she can play, or if she leaves early, she might miss one of those games. So I don't really know. The most she'll miss, I think, is 5. The least amount, I think, is 3. Hey, Miss D, what's going on? How are you? Shamika says I looked it up. Camilla be going probably through the first week of July. Should be back by the 8th. Yeah, and they don't even play the first week of July. The 30th through the 6th, they don't have a game at all. I mean, they play on the 6th, but they don't have a game from the 30th through that first week. I think they have a game on the 6th, they have a game on the 8th and the 9th. So if she's coming back on the 8th or the 7th, I don't know if she'll be ready to play for the 8th or 9th. We shall see. I don't know. But yeah. Hey, Groovy, what's going on? How are y'all? I appreciate y'all coming through, but I'm about to go ahead and get out of here. It is 4:46 my time. I got an hour and some change before the games come on. I do want to catch some if I can. But thank y'all again. I never can thank y'all enough. I do appreciate y'all. So hopefully your team wins, whatever your team is tonight. Hopefully my team wins. I have to pull for the Aces. I hope they can pull through and get it together and get a win. But we shall see. So that is all I have for today. Again, like, comment, subscribe, do all that. If you want to bless the channel, you can hit my Cash App at $JSpotNetwork. And next week, y'all, it's my birthday. My birthday is next Saturday, June 28th, the last day of All-Star voting. And I'll be live some point during my birthday. I have to get my hair braided and then figure out what I'm going to do that day. But I will have a show at some point, maybe before my birthday, but I will be live on my birthday. Hopefully y'all can come hang with me and celebrate with me. But that's all I have. I'll talk to y'all later. Peace out.